We're talking to the guys at BBN Chalk Talk. Let's get to the football. So we had media day today. Correct. And then give us the schedule going forward from here, because these guys are going to join us at 7:30 every Sunday after the Saturday football game. They're going to be our we're going to still have Freddie Maggard in. Might have a few other guests in with these guys. But as far as who's going to get us through the football season, it's going to be the guys from BBN Chalk Talk. So let's talk what happened today and where are we now as far as, okay, so camp starts?
With it being the first day of camp, that PTSD kind of kicked in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it really that bad? I mean, I know you're probably joking about that, but it's tough, isn't it?
It's tongue-in-cheek,
yeah.
But you think about that first day of camp where you're like, oh, my God, I have to go through – I'm not going to see anyone for 3 weeks.
And I'm sorry to laugh, but I'm having my own PTSD over here thinking about mine.
I've got to live in the dorms. I'm going to be doing football from 6 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. And you get people that are like – oh, I would kill for an opportunity like that.
And
you would on a Saturday.
Right.
Yes. You wouldn't Sunday through Friday.
And, the reality is they probably would an opportunity to try it.
Yes.
But you and I both know how many teammates did we lose in high school when things got hard. Listen, I tried to quit 5 times my freshman year. If it wasn't for my dad's strength and saying, son, you're just not quitting, and telling me Adolph Rupp stories, I might have quit Kentucky. There's a process where you have to learn how to be mentally tough, and that's not easy. And mentally tough is not during the football games on Saturday, and I love that you bring that up. Where are we now as far as, okay, so camp starts?
So they had the first practice today.
Okay.
Just wrapping up.
Just wrapped up practice. The biggest stories that came out of media day is, one, how you continue the success from last season.
Okay.
So you beat your rival, you go to a bowl game, you go 7-6. First winning record since 2010.
Okay.
Now the next steps is where do you go from here? And the story that Stoops has been telling and kind of the mantra of this whole season has been go to work. And it's not just hanging on your laurels.
Yeah. It's not embracing last year's success.
Exactly.
It's a step forward.
It's embracing the process, which Stoops said religiously. Embracing the process and continuing to improve. Now you get some of the guys that are starting to believe that this is a team that can make noise. And
at this point, are the guys starting to believe that they're starting to believe in Stoops? Has that ever been an issue? Because you were there with him for a while. Has that ever been an issue?
The issue hasn't been believing in Stoops.
Okay.
It's truly been when can UK catch a break? Because the past 2 seasons you have had a very good schedule to work with. And again, some of that has to do with how bad the East has been lately. But the good thing about the East slowing down, meant every team slowed down with the exception of Florida, Georgia, and UK. Those are the 3 teams that were able to keep stride. And
just the idea that we're in that group, Florida, Georgia, UK. I mean, to me, that's amazing because that's not UK football. It is now, but it's not what UK football's been.
And I'll tell you this, as far as the belief in Stoops, I don't think there's ever, and I've run into very few guys who have that hard of a time believing in the coach. Number one, because the coach is calling the shots. The coach is doing a lot of things behind scenes. The belief is where it comes with your teammates. When you start to believe in your teammates and you have that trust, then that's what's going to push you forward, and that's what's going to get you to the next level. And these guys have that, especially on the offensive side, but as a whole team, these guys are getting there with that.
Talk about how that happens then, Matt, where you go from, okay, let's go freshman to over 4 years, over a course of a season even. What has to take place for you to say, he's got my back?
You have to have trust that I know that Greg sitting here next to me is going to do his job, and I don't have any question that he's going to be able to do his job without me having to sit there and watch him or make calls for him or help him out and doing. And this is, obviously coming from an offensive lineman standpoint. When I have trust, when I have trust of the guy standing next to me, that I don't have to worry about him. That
you don't have to go help him. You don't have to check block. I mean, you got your guy.
Yep. I don't have to worry about my guy and his guy. If I'm just worrying about my guy, and I don't have to worry about him, that makes you stronger automatically.
How much of that then? Because I asked about the belief in Stoops. You all say that's not really the issue. It's always been there. So where's the UK football team as far as belief in each other?
I would say, especially on the offensive side, we can say, I mean, they're returning almost all their production besides Boone Williams and a couple other guys out there. But they're, Snell's back, Johnson's back, almost the entire offensive line minus Toth is back. You're going to have top to bottom belief in this offensive system. They saw what they did last year. They know what they can do. And this year, starting with camp now, they just need to take where they ended and just continue to build on it and go forward there. So from an offensive standpoint, I think they're in a very good spot to continue that and to improve, building off what they did last year. The defensive side is still a little bit of our question mark, especially the defensive line side.
Okay.
The quicker that they can figure out a system that works to where they're able to operate, get some push from the D-line, have their linebacker. We know their linebackers are good. Our DBs are good for the most part. They're big, athletic guys.
Yeah.
It's our defensive line. When we can get them on the same page, our defense will really be clicking.